I'm standing up in the morning, completely healthy and hearty, able to leap tall buildings in a single bound. And that evening, I'm in the hospital, totally, completely paralyzed, my neck down. So I had done very well in terms of business, made a lot of money, and now I'm laying in bed, completely paralyzed, immobile. I can tell everybody listening, every single person listening who is at the age of 40 or above, that you are in the beginnings of the most productive, the most beautiful, the most loving, the most powerful, and most pleasant part of your life. A righteous man falls 7 times and gets up.
Welcome to Private 45, the podcast for men over 40 who refuse to settle. This is where we talk mindset, purpose, and making the second half of life the most powerful chapter yet. Today's guest is someone I've truly been looking forward to speaking with because he's a man whose energy is infectious, whose story is unforgettable, and whose mission is crystal clear to bring joy to the world. Barry Shore, also known as the Ambassador of Joy, is an entrepreneur, speaker, author, and a man who turned the most difficult moment of his life into a global movement of inspiration and possibility. We are going to dive into mindset, overcoming adversity, gratitude, and how men over 40 can rediscover meaning and passion in their lives. Starting today. Barry, welcome to the show.
Good day, beautiful, bountiful, beloved, immortal beings, and good looking people in their Miroslav. How can I make the categorical statement that all the thousands, if not tens of thousands of people that are going to be listening to and sharing this podcast are all good looking? Because by definition, if they tune in to listen to you and thrive over 45, it means they're always looking for and finding the good in life. That's a definition of a good looking person, looking for and finding the good in life. I am so humbled and honored to be here with you today and to share insights into living life to the full.
Thank you so much. Like I said, very infectious and very energetic. Barry, your story is incredible. You went from being a successful entrepreneur to suddenly becoming a quadriplegic overnight. How did you find the strength to fight back and what kept you going?
So, again, let's just set up the situation as you defined it so nicely. Imagine, if you can, somebody listening. I'm standing up in the morning, completely healthy and hearty, able to leap tall buildings in a single bound. And that evening, I'm in the hospital, totally, completely paralyzed, my neck down. Nothing in my body moved. And it was not as a result of an automobile accident. It wasn't a spinal injury. It was a rare disease, which I never heard of the day before, took over my body and rendered me what's called a quadriplegic, which means nothing in my body moved. I could only communicate by blinking my eyes.
Oh,
I was 144 days in the hospital. I was in a hospital bed in my own home for 2 years. I couldn't move. I was in a wheelchair for 4 years. I had braces on both my legs, my hips to my ankles. That was progress. Miroslav, thank God today, I am able to be vertical and ambulatory with the help of a 7-foot walking wand. So I'm a triped, not a biped. I can't walk up a stair by myself. I can't walk up a curb by myself. I have help 12 hours a day, 7 days a week. However, you hear my voice. Positive, purposeful, powerful, and pleasant, all because of one word. One word. And the word is
there
smile.
you go.
Smile. That's right. Because smile is an acronym that stands for seeing miracles in life every day. So, as you so accurately pointed out, everything has to do with mindset, who you are, where you are, and what it is that you see as the driving force of your life. So let me give an idea. Um, we're going to discuss, you and I, what I call the three fundamentals of life. And when you live with these three fundamentals, the result is that you will be happier, healthier, and wealthier. Who doesn't want that, right?
Of
Happier,
course.
healthier, wealthier. So,
Yeah.
what are the three fundamentals? Number one, life has purpose. And when you lead a purpose driven life, number two happens. Now, in this case, good number two, you go mad. Now, what? You go MAD. Yes, MAD is an acronym that stands for make a difference. You lead a purpose-driven life, you make a difference in the world. And the third is to uncover the power and the secrets of everyday words and terms. And we just pointed out smile, seeing miracles in life every day. Or as an example, right now, this podcast that we're doing together, you and I, Miroslav, which is carried around the world through this remarkable medium called the internet. If you ask anybody, what does WWW stand for? Invariably, they'll say it has to do with the internet. And factually speaking, they're correct. However, in our world, Miroslav, you and I, in the world of the positive, purposeful, powerful, and pleasant, WWW stands for what a wonderful world. And what is a word, right? WHETA. And of course,
Absolutely.
a tip of the hat and a big smile and a big thank you to Louis Armstrong, Satchmo, who you know, not
Mm,
personally, but you know his music because that's your life. You're a musician.
yeah.
And you just hear the opening bars of this amazing song. What a wonderful world. What do you do right away? You can't help it. You smile. So I
Mhm.
said, smile is one of the most important words you could ever integrate into your life and leverage in your life because when you let it become part and parcel of you, then the smile is not just on the outside, it originates on the inside. And now you become a what I call a cog, a channel of goodness, a child of God. You're a conduit. So as you pointed out, I'm going to make one more comment, then I'd like you to, we'll talk about some of the pieces
Mhm.
prior to becoming paralyzed, which happened at the age of 55. So I'm 76 now chronologically. So it was 20 plus years ago. I had been privileged to build with other people. We had teams, but in my businesses, we built two companies that we on the internet. This goes back in the early days of the internet, 1997, 98, 99, Internet 1.0. Built two companies. I had three issued US patents. And within 2 years, we had sold each one of them to public companies. So I had done very well in terms of business, made a lot of money. And now I'm laying in bed, completely paralyzed, immobile. So, from the point of view of everybody understanding, what does money mean? Very little. If you don't have your health, then everything else is beside the point. The most important aspect of the human condition, I think, are three fundamentals. We talked about purpose, going mad, and uncovering the power of secrets. The three places that everybody wants to focus on, especially when you're over 45, are these. Number one, interpersonal relationships, which means with other people, and the most important relationship of all, Miroslav, with oneself.
Mm.
Number two, money, finance. What are you doing with your money? How are you using it most effectively for yourself and other people? That's right. Your money may not be yours, it is a tool to be used. And number three is health, physical,
Yes.
mental, and spiritual. Only when you align all three do you have now the ability to live in this world in joy. Like you said, I'm called the ambassador of joy. Notice I didn't say the ambassador of joy, the ambassador of joy. So those are the pieces I would like to begin our discussion with.
Fantastic. Before we move to the next question, by the way, for those who are listening, I don't know how Barry is doing it, but every time he says smile, it makes me smile automatically, by the way. I can't help it. So he's a fantastic ambassador. Barry,
So
many men over 40 feel like they've hit a wall, whether in their career, health, or personal life. What's the first step to turning adversity into opportunity?
first of all, again, I want to emphasize how humbled and honored I am to be here with you, Miroslav, to be discussing life with men at the age of 40 and above. And I can tell you now that I'm, again, 76 chronologically, so I'm almost at double the age of 40. I can tell everybody listening, every single person listening who is at the age of 40 or above, that you are in the beginnings of the most productive, the most beautiful, the most loving, the most powerful, and most pleasant part of your life every single day after the age of 40. I'm going to give you a proof. You say, come on, Barry, how can you prove you don't know my life? Well, you're right. I know my life. However, I do know a lot about life. And I can tell you the following: it takes decades of living purposely and in understanding life to be able to integrate all of these different aspects of life and to recognize that they form a garment. They're not just threads, they form a garment. And that garment is something you can literally put on and never take off. And the garment is called wisdom.
Mhm.
Age of 40 is the beginning of the garment that you're living with called wisdom. You have gained so much from being on this earth. Every stumble, every time you pick yourself up, every time you fall down and pick yourself up again, is a famous Japanese saying that everybody knows,
Mhm.
except for one little interesting thing, Miroslav.
Yeah.
Its origin is in a Bible, is in the Bible, in the book of the Bible called Proverbs. And
Mhm.
the actual saying in the original Hebrew, I won't say it, but the translation is a righteous man falls 7 times and gets up. A righteous, notice it didn't say a person falls 7 times and gets up. A righteous person falls 7 times and gets up.
Wow.
The key for life, if you want a key, and I can give you several we'll talk about today, but one of the great keys of life is never, ever giving up.
There you
No
go.
matter what happens, Barry, sure, how can you say that? You don't know my life. Well, yes, you're right, I don't. As Miroslav asked me to say, and I told you, I was standing up in the morning and in the evening, I was paralyzed. Let's call that a stumble. Let's call that a change of life. Let's call that, what are you going to do now, Barry Shore? And I've been through stuff already in the 55 years that I've been on the planet. I had fallen down, picked myself up, and I learned every single time, as long as you're willing to get up again and be involved. You hear this? This is the key. And
Mhm.
be involved and want to be a player. And here's the word that's going to really shake everybody up, and we'll talk about it more. Learn to be of service. Learn to be of benefit. When you do that, every single day from now forward is going to be filled with glory, with goodness, with power that will open up doors for you that you never thought possible. A righteous person falls 7 times and gets up. Keep getting up because you will stumble. Therefore, so what?
Wow. Fantastic, by the way. Uh, I will take those proverbs and I will probably put it below the into the description and below the video because this is strong. This is really strong. And I read Bible every morning, by the way, So I should this know, but be honest, proverbs are not my strength part.
Yeah.
Not
So
my strong part.
Proverbs and it's really important. What you should put, well, we should do a search and you'll put it in what the actual
Yeah,
proverb is. And we'll it because it's not just that it's powerful, it's true.
it's true. Exactly. Yeah,
See,
that's
yeah, again, we love words. Truth stands for to and let me think, let me remember again.
mhm.
Truth. Uh Okay, continue, and I'll think of it again. I have
Uh-huh.
this wonderful. By the way, we will have some. We have a free gift for everybody,
Oh, really?
and that is anybody from anywhere in the world can go to my website barryshore.com, which you'll put in the notes, of course,
Of course, yeah.
barryshore.com. And I'm privileged to tell everybody that I have published 4 books in the past year and a half,
Mhm.
and you can have any one of them for absolutely free. It says an ebook, and they're all very interesting and such. They're fun. One of them that I like the most is the book of acronyms. and it's 101 acronyms.
Wow.
And truth is in there. Matter of fact, what I'll do is I'll just, if any people are watching, I'm going to hold this up. You see the book?
Yeah, all considered relative. Yep. Here you go.
Pocket full of acronyms.
Uh-huh.
And I can just do something really right now.
Please go for it. Yes.
Yes. Uh, it's funny because in here we have the word truth is the bridge that connects the divine and the human. That's not the acronym. But the
Mm-hmm.
purpose of truth is total reliance upon the hidden.
Mm.
Mm, total reliance upon the hidden. See, the beauty of something that is hidden is that you need to look for it.
Yes.
And when you look for things, guess what happens? I can guarantee if you seek, you will find.
Yes, that's what I wanted to say, by the way. Yeah.
Matter of fact, it will apply to you, Miroslav. When
Yeah.
you play your acoustic guitar, and I'm just, if those of you who are watching now, you get a chance to see this beautiful man, Miroslav, and his instruments behind him. But the acoustic guitar is especially beautiful when you're looking for a particular sequence or a chord that's just going to blend with it, and you look and you keep playing and you keep playing. All of a sudden, it happens. It
Yep.
didn't just happen by accident, as you and I discussed earlier. Everything is purposeful.
Mm-hmm.
It will happen because you were looking for it. When you go out and seek, you will find. If you don't seek, you won't find.
You won't
So,
find.
right. So it's really something special. Um, I'm going to just take a quick look at, bear with me.
Mm-hmm.
Righteous man. You know, the beauty of the internet.
Oh, yes. What did we do before the internet? I can't imagine.
Okay. Well, actually, it was even better. We asked other people.
Oh, yes, exactly. More communications, and we visited libraries.
Oh, you just said a magic word for me.
Really.
I I am in love with libraries. We
Mm-hmm.
have a library nearby where I live, and I visit it at least, I'd say at least every 10 days.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm probably have 3 books at any one time coming out of the library. Physical books.
Here you go. Here you go. You know, beauty of the library is that up to my 20 years old, I wasn't reader at all. I don't want to say I hated books, but I didn't like them. Let's say this way. But I love spending time in libraries for some reason, just walking around and just look at the different books. I just found it fascinating. And I was not really big reader, that all changed later, when got a little bit older. So yeah, libraries, they have a
It
magic.
collected wisdom. It's oftentimes,
Yes.
by the way, the important proverb is for a righteous man falls 7 times and rises again or gets up. It's
Hmm.
Proverbs 24:16, chapter 24, verse 16, which is
For,
very nice because 24 and 16 add up to 40. And we're talking today about
here you go.
40. And I said, 40 is the beginning of wisdom.
Exactly.
And when you're in a library, one of the reasons I think that you are attracted to enjoying walking around the library is because you're literally being ensconced by collective wisdom.
Hmm.
You can
Yes.
feel the pulsating atmosphere of books. And what they do is they're emanating wisdom. And when people hear something that resonates with them, oftentimes, Miroslav, they say the word wow, right? People say wow.
Yep. Yep.
WOW is a wonderful acronym. It stands for Words of Wisdom.
Words of wisdom. Right.
Wow. So when you're playing the guitar sometime at a coffee shop, is what I'm envisioning. You're playing guitar, you're at a party, and people come. It's Miroslav the guitar, and you're playing, and somebody hears something, say, wow, you can say words of wisdom. And you go, no,
Yeah. Trust me, definitely. I'm going to remember this now. And
Yes. And
you
by the way,
mentioned,
what's happening right now, this interplay with Miroslav, myself, this is who you are. See, this show is not about Barry Shore, nice guy that he is, or Miroslav, fabulous fellow. It's about you. Why are you? You becoming the best you. Because when you are the best you, you make the world a better place. You build more bridges of harmony. You create more joy, happiness, peace, and love in the world. And the world can't go on and be the best it can be without you. Every single being needs and wants to be actualized. Am I right on that, Miroslav?
absolutely. Yeah, I can't agree more. So true, so true. Plus, you also mentioned 40, a couple of times, and it just, suddenly started to put thoughts together in my head when we mentioned Proverbs, Bible 40. For those who are interested into the Bible, for example, if you have a look in the Old Testament, Moses, he started his active life when he was 40. How many years they've been going through the desert? 40 years. And we can go on and on and on. That's just by the way. So, yeah,
That's right.
40
Yeah,
is a magic
40 is,
number.
and that's why not only should someone be feeling down at the age of 40 or 45, you're on the springboard.
Hmm.
You ever go to the swimming pool? I don't know if you ever dive or not, but everybody knows what it means to see somebody knowing how to dive at a pool, and they're on a board, a springboard.
Hmm.
Well, they don't just stand on the board and dive in. What they do is they go back a little bit, come running, push down. Notice they go down first in order to go up higher. Oftentimes, people are in a struggle at these ages, 40 through 45. Feel like you're that person on the springboard. You're
Ego.
there to be able to create something much bigger than you even imagined possible.
Yes, to get a
It's all
momentum.
there.
Yes.
You go down in order to come up again. And up, of course, stands for unlimited possibilities.
Here we go. Another one.
Well, that's the human condition, is it not? We are the most wonderful creatures on the planet because within us, are the possibilities of destruction and construction. Everything that comes from your mouth should be done with love, with caring, with the ability to be of benefit to other people. And when you do this, when you are aligned, what I call spiritually, like a spiritual chiropractor, everybody knows what a chiropractor is, right, Miroslav?
Absolutely.
You're
Yeah,
sort of
all of them.
feeling out of sorts. You go to the chiropractor and they go,
Yeah,
whoa, now you can carry yourself. Well, the
yeah.
same thing happens for the human being. When you have thoughts that are good
Hmm.
and speech that is good and deeds that are good, you're in alignment, spiritually good. Now you make a difference in the world. Now you're a mad person. And especially for men, men need to know that they are here for service. They are here for purpose. To be able to get out of bed in the morning and feel that you're not just alive, but your contribution makes a difference. It
Mhm.
does. I love when I tell people, men especially, I say, you're mad. They say, what are you talking about? I said, you're making a difference in the world. What do you mean I make a difference? I'm just a regular person. Every human being, you mentioned the Bible, you're
Yeah.
created by the Lord.
Exactly. That's always what I'm saying. Exactly. Thank you. Yes. We, I always say we are so small comparing to universe, but we are his plan. And his plan, I will do my best to not disappoint him.
So that is, I think, one of the greatest transitions of the man in the ages of 40 to 45, recognizing, embracing fully with joy
Yeah,
the ability to be in service. Because when you're going outside of yourself, now you're making a difference in the world.
indeed. Barry, you are known as the ambassador of joy, what we already mentioned. Why is joy such a crucial ingredient for success and fulfillment, especially for men over 40?
So I'm going to give you my understanding of the word joy. It's a great acronym.
Huh?
It's three letters, JOY. It stands for Journey of You. When you recognize the essence of joy is your journey, and you look around, you say, well, what's my journey? And sometimes you can look and say, wait a minute, I'm not doing anything. Well, actually, you are. When you recognize that joy and your journey are inextricably linked,
Mm-hmm.
and that every time that you use a smile and you share it with someone else, I'll tell you what share stands for: spreading happiness and rejuvenating energy. You have no idea how powerful your smile is. You have no idea sometimes how powerful a word of encouragement to someone else is, no matter what your situation is. Your encouragement, you can literally save a life by just saying, hi, I just want to tell you how much I appreciate you. What? Did you hear those words? I just want to tell you how much I appreciate you. So I'm going to urge everybody that's listening to
Mm-hmm.
go and do the following. First of all, I want you to share this podcast with 5 people. You want to do it with 50 or 100, that's up to you, but at least 5 so we can touch tens of thousands of people. The second thing is, I'd urge you and I beg of you and I plead with you every week at some point, whether it's Thursday, Friday, or the weekend, find 3 people in your life that you either haven't spoken with in a while or that you speak with regularly. There's a spectrum. Some people you speak with regularly, some people you haven't spoken with in weeks, maybe months. And pick up your smartphone. And if you and don't text, even if you have to, that's the least. Call that person. And if they answer, just say, Miroslav, I just want to tell you how much I appreciate you. I was thinking about you. That's it. Yeah, you don't want to. You want to get in a conversation. That's up to you. You don't have to. Just say, by the way, I really I need to go right now. I just want to let you know that. Wow. Now imagine doing that with somebody that you haven't spoken to in weeks or months. Maybe even somebody you think you don't like or doesn't like you. Can you
Mm-hmm.
imagine that? And now take with somebody that you speak to regularly. You speak regularly, so you're used to speaking to that person, but you
Yeah.
haven't articulated these words. Did I tell you today how much I appreciate you? The human
No.
condition needs nourishment. You're a garden. You need one of the greatest ways of nourishing a human being is by showing appreciation.
Exactly.
Words matter.
Yes. Especially when they're coming from here. By the way, Barry, I appreciate you as well. Trust me.
Well, thank you, Miroslav. It's a wonderful thing. Again, also just make a plug on Barry Shore website. You can do funny thing, not funny. You can do fun things. You can order one of the books for free. It's an ebook. And again, because most of the people that may be listening are in Europe and such. Again, that's the beauty of the internet, right? You can
Exactly.
also order or you can send because it's going to be overseas, so you can't order them. But you can send, for instance, this card. Can you read that? What is it?
Yep.
On the front, it reads "Smile," SMILE, and on
Yep.
the back, it reads
We have
"Seeing
yep.
miracles in
Miracles
life
in
every
life
day."
every day. Yep.
So when you go to barryshore.com, you
Mm-hmm.
can click on the "Share a Smile," and you can send them out to people all over the world for
There you
free.
go. Let's do it.
You
I
can and you
challenge
can even
everyone who
send
is listening.
this card.
Appreciate you. Did I tell you? Thank you.
Again, no, it doesn't. We're not talking about in spending money. Money is a great thing, by the way. If you spend money on something, you feel even more obligated. I'm talking about using your time, your most valuable asset, your most valuable asset, your time, to
Yes.
make sure you communicate to another human being, I appreciate you. A smile. You look good today. Did I anything that can be of benefit? Because when you're doing that, what really is happening is you're helping yourself.
Yes, exactly.
You want to
It's so true.
reverberate with the world. You want to make sure that the world said that somebody said, wow, do you know what he just said to me? That you just made somebody feel good.
Hmm.
There
Exactly.
is nothing better. And again, from especially for men 40 and above, this can now be your highway to success, not your pathway. This is it. You've been gathering for decades wisdom. Now it's time, like running on the board, pushing down, flying high. Fly, by the way, FLY stands for First Love Yourself.
I wanted to say we didn't have any acronym for last 5 minutes. It was just the time.
Well, let me tell you an acronym for time, and then we might close this one out for the moment.
Okay.
Time stands for thinking it's miraculous every day.
Fantastic.
When
I
you
love them.
recognize how valuable your time is, and you recognize that it's miraculous, that you're alive, that you're here, that you can get
Mhm.
out of bed in the morning. I couldn't do that for years, Miroslav. Even now, it still takes me 10 minutes to get out of bed in the morning. But guess what? I can sit up and get out of bed.
Here you go. Here you
Hello.
go. Yes. You know, Barry, I'll tell you one thing. Couple of weeks ago, when I heard when I was watching actually one of your podcasts, I remember you said uh, there are plenty of people, probably over thousands, maybe even millions, who didn't wake up this morning. So we are already lucky. Since that day, when I heard this, I started to remind to all my coworkers at work when they are moaning, and they are moaning all the time. It's a human's being. Of course, we need to be, always with moaning and happy about something. And I just try to remind them, you woke up already, you are already lucky. And they are like, yeah, that's true. And suddenly, straight away, you can see they shift.
It's shift. Now, by the
Yeah.
way, we won't go into it because we're going to close this session together. One of my books is called Oh Shift.
Okay.
And and we put the we use Scrabble tiles and we put the F below the line because you got to keep the F in place for
Hmm.
shift, or
Yeah.
else the other stuff happens. And one of my books is a book called The Joy of Living. You deserve it. It
Hmm.
has 11 strategies for learning how to live in joy daily. And one of the strategies is don't complain, don't blame.
Hmm.
So, Miroslav, you are a conduit of goodness. I
Thank
love it.
you.
Thank you so much. So I'd like to do two things, if I may, Miroslav.
Yes.
Let's do
Hey.
it. We'll do a hug. I'm going to give you a hug, but for the thousands, and really it's for the thousands of people that are listening. Let me
Okay.
tell you what hug stands for. Then we'll do a blessing. Hug
Hmm.
stands for heartfelt, unlimited giving. On the count of three. One, two,
Two,
three.
three.
And a blessing, if I may, from Barry and Miroslav. Go forth, live exuberantly, spread the seeds of joy, happiness, peace, and love. Oh, mad. Go make a difference.
Here you go, ladies and gentlemen, even ladies if they are listening. Barry, thank you so much for your energy, your heart, and for reminding us all that joy is choice we get to make every day. For every man listening, whether you are facing a challenge, a change, or just that quiet feeling that there is more to life, this conversation was packed with real tools to shift your mindset and take action. If today's episode gave you something to think about, something to feel, or something to try, share it with a friend. Like Barry said, at least 5 people, please. This is how we grow stronger together. Thanks for listening to Thrive at 45. And remember, you are not too late and you are not too old. You are just getting started.